Hi, my name is Jamie Propson, and I am starting my 9th year teaching in the Michigan School District in northeastern Wisconsin. I'm excited today during Virtual Way to talk to you a little bit about some floral tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, and hopefully they can start helping your program as well. Just so you know, I'm a very black and white, very open kind of person. It's currently 1 in the morning. My kids are asleep, and so I can work on this. I'm always here to help, but you may get random answers at random times of the day, whether you contact via email, via text, via Snap, whatever that might be. I'll be the first person to admit I'm not an expert. In fact, I'm far from perfect at anything. I've kind of quoted myself as being imperfect and made that my mantra. And that imperfection has made my program really successful and kind of made it our own. But you need to make your own way as well. Along that same token, please, please, please always ask. Always ask for donations. Always ask if you have a crazy idea. Never be afraid to put yourself and your program out there, because you just never know who is going to say yes and what they might say yes to. As shown down here, these photos are our graduation flowers in the center. Had always been done by a local florist until I said, hey, why can't we do it? And lo and behold, now we do. Photo on the right is students giving a floral demonstration for Fox 11 Good Morning Wisconsin. And students on the left are part of a floral design program through the Wisconsin and Upper Michigan Floral Association, which we'll talk about more. So never be afraid to ask. A little bit of background about me. This is my husband Dave and our oldest son Reed. I had floral interest growing up, and I had some floral interests at UW River Falls, but I never, until I really got to Michigan, started my passion for floral. And a lot of it came from necessity. In Michigan, small rural town in northeastern Wisconsin, there is no florist in town, and there was no floral curriculum being taught when I took over. I had a problem with both of those things. So when I started, we had a really small FFA chapter. It was a really long-standing tradition that FFA was for Hicks, and it was kind of a slack off, and ag classes were slack off, and that changed right away. It was, how can we add rigor to the program? How can we add rigor to the classes? But also, how can we make this something that is going to help students in careers, in their life, make it aligned with industry? And Floral and running a floral business through our FFA program has really been able to do that. We started with making holiday arrangements, and every single student at Michigan makes one of these. They make them in elementary school through our Ag Ed Club, which you see in this picture. They make them in Intro to Ag, which you see in this picture. We make them for sale. We also make wreaths. Holiday arrangements are a great way to start because they're cheap. You can make money off of them. It can help you have the money to do it in class, and students are learning about design. I have attached a costing worksheet and a grading sheet that you can use or modify or whatever you want. I don't know on screencast if you're going to be able to click on this, but I'll also attach my PowerPoint, and you can go through that more later if you want. Here I'm having some issues. I made a video all about floral foam, which is the base of these holiday arrangements. It's not working, but I'm going to do some tech solving and try to get that uploaded for you. But floral foam is a really, really cheap way to hold floral stems in place, increase surface area, increase life of the flower. If you're just starting out in floral design, the other place I would tell you to start is making boutonnieres. Like I told you, Michigan didn't have a florist. So our kids were going to neighboring communities and paying $15, $20, $30 for small boutonnieres like this, or couples packs like this with corsage and boutonniere. And that's crazy. For one night, for what? It was just crazy. So we started making these at school, and of course at first it was oh, the FFA is making them, they're going to be bad, you know. But here's the thing. after students started making them, in my horticulture class, all is required. We do this as a sales and customer service unit. So they're all required to meet their sales quota of selling 2 couples packs or 4 individual florals. And then they're all required to come in or do an alternate assignment, which is ridiculous and stupid. So they all just come in and we buy them pizza and we make it a fun event. And this has grown from selling about 6 corsages the first year to selling 60. In a school with only about 250 kids in it, to make 60 of these is crazy. And it is amazing and fun, and it's so cool to see the different designs that students have. If you don't know how to make boutonnieres, they're super, super simple. I would show you in person if you want to sit down and do it. Otherwise, I've included a quick video on how to make a boutonniere. You just need a mass flower, some accents you like, and some floral tape. And the floral tape is sticky. You just press it into place and you keep pushing down on the floral tape. Super simple. Anyone can do it. Other place you can start is CTE partnerships. So we started with taking flower pictures with our art department. This is a photo cube. It's like $60. You can get more expensive ones, cheaper ones, whatever. But we partnered with the art department and went halvesies on this photo cube, and then it was a cool way to get photography kids and art kids engaged with ag and seeing that, oh my gosh, there is art and design and horticulture. I should take a horticulture class. Just a cool partnership. We also partnered with our family and consumer sciences they were making pumpkin pies and roasted pumpkin seeds for something they were doing, but we used the outer portions of the pumpkins for small little holiday type decor around Halloween. Every student in Intro to Ag got to design one, take it home. It was a nice introduction to design in that class. The other thing you can do if you're just starting out is you can think about how you're going to have some design in your class that's going to be able to be used in your school, whether that's we're going to learn boutonnieres and then use them for FFA banquet or graduation or whatever that might be. Once you feel like you're kind of a novice with floral design, here are some opportunities to grow. You can teach your kids how to do European hand ties. Again, super, super simple. It's a basic in floral shops. You absolutely have to know this if you're working in a floral shop, but it's basically you put the stems down, crossing over at a 45-degree angle each time, twist, 45, twist, 45, twist, so that rather than the stems just flopping out all over wherever they want, they stay nice and tight and they can stand up like this in the picture and hold themselves up. It makes arrangements look really nice. It helps increase the life of the flower because their vascular system has better water flow. It's a mild challenge for your students. And there's a video again here if you want to learn how to do it, practice it, you can do that. But this is a really cool opportunity to take into your classroom. We do this with liatris and mums and carnations. It keeps the arrangements pretty cheap, but at the same token, if you wanted it even cheaper, you could do this with just wildflower, scrap, box elder, limbs. You could do a whole tree and leaf ID unit and then bring it back together and do a European hand tie with all that foliage. Totally up to you. I use it as a good way to practice structure and floral ID, but you do you and figure out what works for you. Another way that you can bloom and take this to the next level is starting a floral subscription service. So floral started out being just a passion, but it wasn't a moneymaker. Now floral is a moneymaker, and one of the ways that it is a moneymaker is through our subscription service. So we sell 3, 5, or 9 month opportunities for people to buy into arrangements. This is a great way for us to pre-plan and know how much we're going to need for product, and then students can show some independence of designing these and delivering them into the community. Here's an example sign-up document. If you want to steal it, it's view only, so just make a copy and then make it your own. Another place that we've made money is through weddings and funerals. Simple wedding designs like this. This is just a simple center bowl like you saw in the holiday arrangements with sunflowers in it that's on a pedestal. So it looks 10 times classier, but it's the same exact design that we always do. Funeral flowers, anything from a $20 bouquet to a $70 bouquet to a $200 bouquet. Wedding flowers, oftentimes matching whatever the bride wants with the bridal party, with centerpieces, with arbors, the list goes on and on. One way that we've been able to promote our wedding business is through Facebook. We don't have a paper in town, so social media is the way to go. And we use this Facebook ad that you see here. We paid $50 to boost the post, and from it, we were able to bid 9 weddings for this summer, and 4 have already booked. So it is definitely worth the money to boost post on Facebook. Here's some examples of bid templates. If you're looking at them and you've recently got married, you're probably thinking, holy buckets, that's cheap. We are cheap. We have students do this either as part of their SAEs, as community service hours. We pay them in pizza and fun times, and it's really just growing the culture of the program. And then we also do pay students outright and give them incentives for things like delivery or above and beyond through FFA awards, SAE awards, for example. Students get paid out monetary awards in our chapter, so you can find what works for you, but these are our bid templates, and weddings is another way to grow our program. If you are liking teaching, you have students that are liking horticulture and ag education, another cool thing you could do in your chapter is offer floral classes. I'm always either listening or doing the floral classes or sometimes teaching it, so I don't have very good pictures, but here is a liatrice line arrangement we made in a floral class, and then we also did a make your own boutonniere and corsage class, which you see here. You have to figure out what works for you. We've done potted planters, we've done the porch planters for the holiday season. We've done Mother's Day classes, Easter classes. I have an example of a Thanksgiving poster. You know, you have to figure out what works for you, but classes have been really popular in our community, and it might be something for you to look at too. And the greatest joy I have with this is it gives your students an opportunity to teach others. And we know as educators that is when students truly thrive and truly find their opportunity to learn by teaching others. So it's just a really cool opportunity by offering floral classes for kids to do that. One thing that took our program to the next level was a floral cooler. So we wrote a grant through the West Foundation, which is here in Manitowoc County, and we're able to purchase this floral cooler. It's like $5,000 to buy, so it's not something everyone can afford. There are people that post on Facebook and on Ag Ed Discussion Lab about writing national FFA grants for it, or getting ones from people that have no longer needs for their vending coolers, or florists that are upgrading. You do you, you figure out what works for you, but I will tell you this is one of the best investments we've made, because now we can store extra product, we can store our wedding decor, we can store our designs, and we have created a rapport in the community that no matter what, there will always be some $5, some $10, some $25. There'll be a plethora of flowers in there that people can buy. And prior to COVID, we had a really strong following of people coming in and purchasing flowers self-serve. We've never had a problem with it. Up here above the cooler, there's a camera if we need it, but we've never had a problem with it. So that's just another way you can bloom. If you are looking for ways to take your program to the next level, I would start by thinking about what does your community need. This floral cooler works in our community because we don't have a florist. What is going to work in your community? Do you have a need for bouquets? Do you have a need for wreaths? Do you have a need for potted plants, hanging baskets for downtown? Whatever that might be, whether it's floriculture or horticulture, or it's agronomy focused, or it's education focused, look at what's the need for your community and what's the interest of your students, and I think it'll grow. We have men, women, all kinds of students from different backgrounds interested because we've brought them here.